Well, hi there, people. This is kind of creepy, and I am kind of Jason Emmett.
And I'm kind of Twisted Kid Matt.
So I
Sometimes.
think we're kind of those guys.
Yeah.
We have a couple videos to talk about, and I think we said on the last episode that we're going to be bringing in, like some of the ones we had done as shorts at one point in time, like way back in the early days of this, because I want to actually have discussions about them. There's one I'm going to be bringing that I really want to have a discussion about, but not this week. This one is just very interesting to me, and you guys are going to be really shocked by this. Matt brought us a Bigfoot video.
What do
It's
you
a good
know?
one though,
Yeah.
and it's very current,
It's very
right?
current. Yeah.
And so we felt like always that we need to talk about it.
Yeah.
So we're gonna kick those off. Is it mine first or yours first?
Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and do yours first.
All right. So I'm gonna give a little bit of an intro on this. I'm not gonna get too deep in the story here, but there is a paranormal investigator named Cody Aaron. His name is Cody Aaron, and Cody's gone out to many sites. There is this office building that he's gone to quite a few times that is supposedly reportedly haunted. Um, that's where we're going to see here now. There's a much longer video if you want to go watch it, but why make you watch all that when I can just cut some of the good stuff? There are other things that happen, but it's these two things. Let me just put it this way. If this is real, this is some freaky shit right here. Like if it's real, this is some really creepy shit. We of course are going to leave it up to you guys to determine what you decide in the end, but we'll give you our thoughts, after we watch this. Again, this is Cody Aaron. He's on request. These people asked him to come out, so that's kind of important, I feel like.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go ahead and roll that beautiful beam footage.
And I'm just tired. There's
Oh yes, I've seen this one.
There's absolutely nothing here this time. I've not seen anything. It's 9:46, and usually everything happens by this time, but nothing's going on. There was way more people than what's usually here today, so I kind of guess maybe that's what it is, and I'm just gonna call it a day. I'll start again tomorrow maybe, and we'll see what.
I feel like that'd be my reaction too. It's just like, okay, that just happened right behind me.
Okay, so I'm the only one here right now, and the door just closed on its own.
Yeah, I've seen this one a few times, and I'm not gonna lie,
Okay,
it
so I'm
gets
here
me
by
every
myself.
time, so.
All of these green lights means that there's no motion, right? Look in this room.
So I've been trying to figure out what that light is. It's like moving.
I think it's the reflection of a chair that's turning around.
That is insane.
Oh, I see it now. Yeah.
I have never seen something like this.
It's like going back and forth.
Yeah.
This is directly beside me in the next room.
This is the room next door he's at right now.
Did you see that? It disappeared. What in the world? Let's do it.
Let's do it.
You don't have to. Nope, don't like it.
Okay, yeah. I'm gonna need Eric's help for this. I'm not.
I'm gonna need Eric's help for this. So if you didn't catch that, yeah. So basically, he's here. He said there were a lot of people there earlier. Now he's pretty much there by himself. Nothing's happened. As he's getting ready to leave, the door shut. So he goes back to kind of investigate. He's watching. He cuts to him looking at the monitors. You see the chair moving. Then he goes into the room where the chair is moving, and he flips on the light switch, and it doesn't take long, man. And all I know is this would be the perfect kind of thing to fake. He does a lot of these, though, and it's one of those. He doesn't come off to me as somebody who like fakes a bunch of crap.
Yeah.
And he does investigations of places, but when that voice yelled "leave," and his reaction,
I'm gonna listen. Yeah, I'm gonna listen on that one.
Yeah,
Like,
he didn't.
You
He
said
didn't
to
dick
leave.
around.
I'm gonna go. Okay. Yeah.
So that to me felt like a very genuine, like, okay,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm out of here. I'm not going to sit around. Like, it's not one of those things where like, oh, did you hear that? Now we're going to go
It's like,
investigate
no,
with it.
we
No, he like,
absolutely heard
no,
that and we're leaving. Yeah.
yeah, it
We
scared
will
him.
honor your request
He
to
basically
leave.
said, I'm going to need Eric's help. I'm not going to do this by myself.
Yeah.
Like, I'm
Which
not
is
coming
fair.
in here by myself.
And not to mention the fact that as he turns, you see the face of something
Face
behind him.
Yep.
Which, like you said, if they faked it, that you would have to get the timing of everything so right. Of like, okay, are you behind me? Yeah, turn around and like there they are right behind. Okay, keep going. And then just I mean the chair turning easily faked. However,
Yes.
if that's actually what was going on there, like what he's seeing. But then he says, it disappeared. I don't think it disappeared. I think it was the chair stopped and it was just not reflective anymore. Yeah. So you just don't see the shine from the back of the chair. But yeah, the voice coming in the room also fairly easily faked. However,
I didn't say this. Cody has a philosophy. His belief is that all hauntings are actually demonic spirits. He doesn't believe that they're ghosts.
I think I remember that. Yeah.
He believes they're all demonic spirits. All I know, we talked about it on the last episode where we were like, the guy goes up the stairs. Like, you needed to end it a little bit before you didn't. If it's real, then you wouldn't. But like, if it's fake, it almost seems too fake. The voice is almost too much, but
yeah,
I don't know, man.
It almost has that like layered sound, like you would definitely hear in a movie where they're trying to scare you, but
I don't think so. I think it just sounds like like room reverb to me.
Yeah, that's true.
It just sounds like
kind of an echoey room.
I mean, can we get to that spot again or close to it?
Or see if I can real quick.
Yeah. And you can start with the face if you want to.
Moves on its own.
Yeah. Okay.
And I'm just tired. There's
what's up?
Yeah. Tired. There's absolutely nothing here this time.
I can't imagine if I'd have seen that. Like, he didn't see it.
Yeah.
Like, that would. I don't know if I'd come back.
Yeah.
A lot. For me, it would be like I'm.
You wanted to get to the voice.
Yeah, just right here is fine. So this is where Matt was saying it looks. I didn't notice the chair thing until you said it. Now I do see that. He's gonna go in the room.
I mean, that's a choice he made, but
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I'm gonna need Eric's help for this.
So here's what I think. If that's fake, I think it's being played on something in the room. I don't think that.
Okay.
I don't think that was added in.
I'm gonna need Eric's help for this.
The ambient, like you can hear in his voice, the room ambient, like you can hear the way he sounds there. Yeah. It sounds on the similar level. I don't think that was added in later.
Yeah.
So if they're faking it, that voice was in that room. Somebody said leave or they played it, and it didn't sound mechanical to me. It didn't sound like it was playing on a record player. What is this? 1973? It didn't sound like it was.
It was on an old phonograph. Got to lean in and put the trumpet up to your ear so you can hear it real well.
It didn't sound like it was okay, kids. So records now. They were like CDs, only bigger and black, and they had grooves in them. CDs, they were these discs. I don't know, younger audiences. Cody Aaron, you can find him online. Like I said, does lots of paranormal investigations, things along those lines. So you can go back. There's a longer video of this. This one's actually a little bit older. This isn't one of the newer ones. I think it's at least a year, maybe a couple years older. But it just, the first time I watched it, it kind of made the hair stand up, man. I'm like,
yeah. I remember specifically watching it for the first time, and you see the little head pop up over his shoulder, and it's just like, ooh, okay. It was just subtle enough to kind of get you on edge. And then, honestly, the chair spinning, just like, okay, cool.
That's the stuff you're used to seeing. That's creepy, cool. Yeah.
Walks in the room, and all of a sudden, there's just a scream of a voice. Just, yeah, maybe from a record player. We don't know. But
shut up, Matt.
But yeah, like anytime something, if this is real, something that has manifested that much energy into being heard, you should probably listen to it like he did and just go. Like there's no need for you to be there anymore.
I
Just
don't need to
leave.
be
Yeah.
here. We're good. I'm
Yeah.
just gonna
If
give you space.
if anything, just burn the building down and walk away. You don't need to be there ever again. And the fact that it's an office building, I mean, you know,
burn the place, just burn it
corporate
down.
America, somebody definitely summoned a demon to help run their meetings. So it was all over Zoom too. So
all right, Matt.
yeah.
Why don't you tell us what you got? Because you were pretty excited about this one. This is a very recent.
Very recent. So this is actually kind of a 2-part thing, but I'm leaving off the first part. I was going to put both parts in here.
Would that be the gentleman speaking about it that you're?
Yes, but also the still image. So
oh yeah.
The still image, I kind of went into the comments on the original post, and there was a lot of like in the actual like article, it said, you know, Sherman Pass, if you know, you know. And I was like, what do we need to know?
Do that,
yeah, I don't know. What's the context? So start kind of scrolling through the comments, and apparently this still image was of a cutout, like a wood cutout. Somebody had propped up against the tree and left it there, and it allegedly has. You finally can actually see it now that, you know, this camera has been put there. Somebody put it there as kind of a joke. So the original, the main photo was supposedly. I'm just gonna discount it. If somebody claims it, I'm just gonna discount it.
So I'll be honest. When you sent it to me, and that he said that, and the first thing it showed was that still image, and I didn't know there was going to be a video. I was already going like, well, this could be all kinds of stuff that, but pareidolia, right? Like,
because he even says, he's like, maybe it's somebody walking up a hill, maybe whatever. But allegedly someone in the comments claimed it. So I was just like, I'm just going to not even bring it to the show. But it, just for context, it is and I'll cut it in here just so you see what I'm talking about. But it's a tree with a wooden cutout of a Sasquatch, not unlike what's right there, right? So, or this one's fun. I made this. I don't even know if I've shown Jay this.
You have.
I made a little Bigfoot, right? So it looks like that little Bigfoot.
Bigfoot, get out the way.
So they've propped it up against a tree just to kind of mess with people, just have fun, right? But then he goes on to talk about a night camera footage.
What we should bring up here, though, is, so I know what people might be thinking right now is like, well, if they know it's fake, but all that what Matt's about to tell you about seeing this image because they put cameras out there. So what does he work for? Is he like
it was the Department of Transportation in the state of Washington.
We need to be very
he's
clear.
A government
this
official.
Was on like a news thing. That we're talking about, and this is his job. What happened is they saw that, and that led them to check. They have actual video cameras. So yes, there might be a cutout out there, but that led them to then go to the video cameras.
Yeah. And apparently in this area, this is an area called Sherman Pass in Washington. And he mentions kind of like an overcrossing, I think is what he called it. Basically like what we would consider a tunnel that we're driving through on the road. The area above it was built. It was like a manufactured area for animals to cross so they wouldn't get hit by cars, is what they're basically.
So it's an animal crossing.
It's an animal crossing. Yeah. Okay. But it is like a wide area that, you know, you get enough, you know, deer hit on an area. They tend to find easier ways to go around. And if you give them one, they'll go that way.
So many deer getting hit outside my dad's house. I had to call the county and tell them they needed to move the deer crossing sign because they were all like, dude, you're just encouraging them.
Yeah. Just bad behavior on deer's part.
Bad jokes, what it was.
Oh, I know. So they've built one of these, and apparently it's being used. So
They put a camera out there, and it's capable. It has night vision capabilities.
yeah,
Probably because, hey, we're getting a lot of animals. We should put
Yeah.
out a trail cam. It's kind of a cool thing to do.
and it should also be noted that one of the things the guy said in the news article where he's talking about this is he has never seen any humans using this crossing. So this is the footage that he found. So, and there is no audio to it, but there is, if you can't tell by looking at this video, there is a humanoid object walking, and yes, it turns around and looks, but it continues walking up the hill. It's going up a hill. Seems, by the way, the date down at the bottom of this, they even include that as well. Date and time. Looks like August 29th, 2019 is when this was filmed, but they just released the footage of it. It appears to be fairly late at night, going by military time, 1830. What's that translate out to? Maybe not super late at night, but yeah, it's dark enough that they needed the night vision for it. And I will say I did try to run this through a filter that would maybe like reverse the night camera, the night vision camera. I was unsuccessful in doing that. It just basically made a negative of this. Because I was hoping to see if maybe we could see more detail on it. But yeah, from the look of this, it's got super wide shoulders. And I'll admit, whenever Jay talks about, some of the features, I'm not always seeing what he's talking about. But, on this one, I'm looking at it going, okay, it's got almost like a triangular body shape where super wide shoulders going down to kind of a narrow waist.
You have to have squatch vision.
Yeah. This is squatch vision right here. This is night vision.
There.
Yeah, eventually. I'm just trying to squatch what happens live,
I'm gonna squatch that joke in a minute.
So,
I'll kind of give you where I am on this. A couple of things that we talk about it a lot. You see fairly regular characteristics in squatch videos. One is the swinging of the arms.
Yeah.
And you'll notice that the arms are swinging pretty heavy. You only see it for about 2 strides until it starts up the hill, which would make sense that it would change its gait quite a bit.
Yeah.
And you're going to be pushing a little harder on a hill, especially a hill that I think is covered in snow. I'm assuming
kind of looks like it, but it also says August. So
it's really hard to tell with the night vision stuff.
Yeah.
He is. I say he. I don't know. Very wide, and so I just want to put this. I don't know. Could be a person. If it is, it's either a big dude, wide dude, like squared, very boxed out shoulder, like proportionately the arms don't really make sense to most people. You see, we're looking at Kingpin here walking up this hill.
You got Michael Clark Duncan.
Could it be? Again, could it be a person in a suit? It's definitely not like I can tell you right now, it's not like a ghillie suit, anything, because it's not moving like that.
Yeah.
It's hard to tell without detail, so we don't know if it's fur. We don't know the color. The look back over the shoulder thing. See, is that fake? Like, is that a thing they did? I don't know what it's looking back at. It doesn't appear to be looking towards the camera. It just sort of glances over its shoulder.
Yeah.
So, and where the hell is it going?
Right further up the mountain, like I would assume, because it looks like there's like a fence line over on this one side.
It looks something.
And I don't know what this like the solid white area is. I mean, it almost looks like the roof of a building, maybe.
I don't think so. I think it's like a rock outcropping. See, that's why I thought it was snow.
Yeah.
But it looks like snow.
Yeah, it looks very
how
snow-like.
high up in the mountains is it? Like, I don't freaking
That's a
know
good point. Sherman. Well, okay. It also looks like it says something like 61.5 south. So maybe that's
I want you to watch
coordinate or something.
When this comes in, like the second it starts, it does the typical, very common Bigfoot
big
arm
swing. Yeah.
And when it goes to start up the hill, it goes into a gait that would be like more of a, I can't walk as steady as, the same pace.
Yeah.
but it makes pretty good pace up that hill. It never really
Yeah.
breaks stride to watch.
And
You'll see the
not
arm
only
swing
that,
for about 2 frames. Boom,
it
boom,
gets up there fairly quick.
fast.
Because
Yeah, that's why I say
I
it
know my fat ass would be wheezing by now.
it never breaks stride.
Yeah.
It also has. I'm going to say this because this is a very common Bigfoot feature. Has a big butt,
Yeah. Bigfoot's
and
got that badonkadonk.
we've started to see that a lot in the ones that are kind of harder to tell if they're fake or not.
Yeah, double
I wish
cheeked
we
up
could see
Bigfoot.
more detail on things like the head to see if it has a little dome. One of the things that we were talking about, we're going to do the follow up to some of the Gimlin stuff is the. I never would have thought of this, but one of the reasons why they can kind of prove that was not a suit is because any suit of like an ape or a primate that they have to make, the human skull doesn't have the same brow, it doesn't have the same fit, so they have to extend any of those for a human. But if you look at the Patterson Gimlin one, it doesn't have any extension. It's kind of like it has the brow and then it's flat. And so if we could see things like is there that little dome on the head that's very common in primates, but we can't see anything. We don't know what color the fur is. We don't know anything, but I don't know. It's pretty impressive. It could be a big dude. Yeah. It could be a big dude wearing a bulky like a Carhartt suit. You know,
I will say, as a big dude myself, walking up a hill like that, I don't know about everybody, but especially if you were in the mountains or even just like a little hill, you get winded. You get winded real quick. Mm. And if this is a person, I should say, is faking this, that little stop right there, that might be them going, okay, keep going. But the amount of time he's walking, he just like keeps going. It's like,
and then they pick right back up with the stride.
Yeah.
Here's what I think. And I love to make these just out of nowhere kind of. If this is fake, or not fake, if this is a person, it has to be fake. And I know it's, how do I explain that? In other words, if this is a person and not a Bigfoot, it's not that they just accidentally captured a person on camera and
it was somebody intentionally did
somebody intentionally faking, because why would a random ass person just be walking up into the mountains in the middle of the night for no reason? It'd be very weird.
Yeah.
So I think it's either somebody faked it or it is an actual Bigfoot, but I don't think they just caught a person, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But I really don't know. I mean, I want to say yes, it looks like a Bigfoot video, and it does look like a Bigfoot.
It's very intriguing, to be honest, because like I was saying, the shape of it, like the super wide, broad shoulders going down to a waist, and then just the arms and everything. It looks like at the very least, a rather large person that I would not want to encounter in the dark on a giant mountain by myself.
You said a few minutes ago, you're like, I'll be honest, I don't always see what Jay's pointing out.
And I'm seeing it now in this.
So,
since you pointed it out,
I made a comment about the butt.
Yeah.
If you look at the butt, it is very much like the Patterson Gimlin butt. Mm-hmm. I know that's a weird thing to say, but there's a reason I say it. It's not because
there's also a reason that they've called it Patty, is because they determined it was female because it had breasts.
It had boobs.
Yeah.
But the reason I bring up the butt,
some sweet Bigfoot boobies,
is because on the video we're going to be talking about soon, we may even, I don't know, we may do some reaching out. The reason I bring it up is because they pointed out in the way that the buttocks are shaped or whatever, and I wouldn't have paid attention up until that, but I see that same kind of.
Yeah.
What I mean is, you'll notice that while Bigfoot tends to be tall, it tends to have a really long body, including the butt all the way up. The back is very long, and the legs aren't always as long as the body is, and so that's kind of what we're seeing again. I don't know. It looks.
I'll tell you what, it's not. I will tell you, it is not a bear. There is no way that is a bear.
No.
So before anybody comes in the comments and goes, "Oh, it's a bear,"
a bear would
show me a bear that could walk like that up a hill.
It's not a bear.
No way.
It's either a person faking this or it's an actual Bigfoot. It's one of those unfortunates we'll never know. But it is Washington State, you said?
Washington State, yeah, in
Very
Sherman
common.
Pass. Yeah.
Very, very common.
And
Bigfoot.
they even made a comment in the video that this area is considered a Bigfoot conservation area.
Yeah.
It's
He said
considered
that
a
they're
protected species.
protected there.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And they were saying that scientists have been getting a hold of them saying like, stop talking about this because you're going to draw people to the area to try and see
Washington
Bigfoot.
State is a huge, like one of the more popular Bigfoot sites as it is. There's I
a lot
think
of
there's
the Pacific
sightings
Northwest in that area. Yeah.
and that makes sense. I mean, it's a very heavily wooded area. I mean, you start thinking to yourself like, there's no way like that these things could really exist. There's too many people. But then just take a few looks at like just areas of nothing but hundreds of miles of forest.
Yeah.
And realize that still exists all over the place.
And I'll just say this, like I think I've made my stance on the Jersey Devil fairly clear, and if I haven't in the past, I'll go ahead and say it right now. I don't believe that the Jersey Devil is real at all.
I don't either.
But the area where people have cited the Jersey Devil, the Pine Barrens in New Jersey, it is huge. It is uninhabitable in some spots.
Yeah.
And people who have gone out there, usually hunters and stuff, they're the ones who've claimed that they've seen the Jersey Devil.
And they might be seeing something that they've just now labeled the Jersey Devil.
Yeah. But it's a massive area of largely uninhabitable, like you just like, not only is there not people there, they wouldn't be able to build like any kind of place to live for the most part. So you're gonna run into things. If you do go out there, you're gonna run into things that you may have never seen before. And that could be literally just any animal. People are going to disappear. There's a lot of swamp area in that area that I didn't even know New Jersey had swamps.
Oh yeah.
But then of course Friday the 13th takes place in New Jersey.
So
and they've got Camp Crystal Lake there.
To kind of hit on that point though, like these big areas. So when people say, well, how come we don't see more Bigfoot? Well, because it makes sense that you wouldn't see them that often if they're trying to keep away. But it makes sense that we're starting to see more of them because the population is growing and we're, taking small. So
their population as well as ours.
Yeah. So it would just make sense that you would start seeing them. And we're going to capture back. We keep talking about this. We're going to capture better and better footage. And the problem is these days, whenever we get good footage, people don't want to believe it because it's too good.
Okay. I got to bring this up right now because this is something I actually came across while I was doing some of the research for this specific video we're talking about. I came across a video where a guy had a trail camera set up and he got like this viewpoint right here of just like super close, just fur, and that's it. And he's like, I don't know what this is, but I got this on a trail camera. And you know what the people said in the comments? You need a trail camera facing your other trail camera. No, you're never going to be happy. You're never going to be happy. The dude literally went, look at this. I don't know what it is. Hey man, it's too close. Film it from a different camera. Set up another camera. And then some guy in the comments, he goes, so yeah, you're expecting this guy to set up a trail camera to face his trail camera and another trail camera to face that trail camera and then another one to face that.
Maybe what they were saying is since you caught something out there, maybe set up a second camera.
Yeah.
Like I could see that. Like, not like you should have had that done in the first place.
Yeah.
I could see somebody saying, hey, now that you know, maybe set up a second camera.
Yeah.
It was just because that way, if it does notice your camera, if this was intentional, something saw your camera and like got up close
went up to
it,
investigate it.
The camera would, I don't know.
It may notice one, but may not notice the other. That makes sense. But yeah, the people in the comments were like, "Wow, really?
You can't go up to both at the same time."
True.
Yeah. Well, one's gonna snap. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're never gonna make everybody happy. You'll hear all the stories that say until one's drug and dead, and I'm like, well, that's just wrong.
Yeah.
And I don't think most people want to kill them. So even if you,
I want to feed it a fillet of fish sandwich, and put it in the car and have it howl out the window to get away from a Frenchman.
to get away from the cops. Yeah.
Yeah.
And eat your corsage and
Get really upset about the fact that there's a
I
taxidermy deer.
haven't watched that movie in a long time.
I watched it about 3 months ago, actually.
We're speaking of a wonderful movie starring one Mr. John Lithgow, and that is Harry and the Hendersons. I never watched this.
One of the most heartbreaking scenes, though, of telling him that he doesn't want him anymore, and he sends him back out into the woods.
And I mean, for all intents and purposes, it might as well be Ron Perlman with fur on him. I've always thought Harry looked like Ron Perlman. Seriously, it was like, that looks like Ron Perlman to me. But
and by the way, the trivia on that movie is hilarious. They said that apparently Steven Spielberg wanted a real Sasquatch to play Harry, but had some difficulty finding one that he could actually use, so they substituted, I can't think of his name, but the guy that played the Predator in his place. So, yeah, it's pretty entertaining trivia that they
Harry
threw
and
into
Henderson's
IMDb.
Great movie. If you haven't seen it or watched it in a long time,
yeah,
you should go back. It's a wonderful.
It's got the
movie.
Kind of Creepy seal of approval.
It's very heartfelt and
it really is. It's a great
funny.
movie. Yeah.
My name is George Hen. It's George Hen. Sorry. Let us know. I have something I've thought about doing a few times, and we've never actually done it on the show because it's more of a video thing. But if you would like us to put together some of the best photographic evidence of Bigfoot and ghosts, we could do like 4 or 5 in one sitting and talk about them. Let us know in the comments if you would like to see that, and we could do that as well. Or if you have any videos or photographic evidence or any of that, send it to us. We'd love to talk about it, and we'd love to talk to you. There's the email. You can send anything there you want. Well, not anything. I mean, you can, but
I don't know if we want to see all of
only that. Tasteful nudes.
Tasteful. Bigfoot nudes, even better.
I'll determine what I think tasteful is.
Yeah.
So you can send us video clips or stuff you would like us to talk about on the show or anything like that. You can send it to our email, but there are other ways you can get a hold of us, and they will work just as well. We obviously are on Facebook and the like. We have a group over there if you want to go over. A lot of people just send us stuff through Facebook and say, hey, come check out this video. Let me know what you think. And we'll play it here on the show and we'll discuss it.
Yeah.
Just give us a link or whatever and let us know. Also, all the others, we're on those as well. Please like this video because we're funny and we tell bad jokes.
Yeah.
Leave a comment. Tell us how bad our jokes are. Make sure you share it with all your friends and loved ones
to see how bad they think our jokes are as well. Yeah.
Most important, hit that subscribe button.
Yeah.
Because you want to.
Yeah.
Oh,
hell yeah.
So let us know your thoughts on today's videos, and it's never going to go away. I mean, eventually it'll go away. I don't want it to.
I don't want it to. Please come on the show, man.
It's amazing that he's in his 90s. It's just if you don't know what the Bob Gimlin is alive thing, go back and watch our Patterson Gimlin.
We'll do another live check. Bob Gimlin.
He's still alive.
Yep, still alive.
Because I accidentally said that he had passed away because I read that he had, and he's in his 90s, so I believe
93. Yeah.
And boy, did it make some of you mad. He is alive, and it's awesome that he still is.
Yeah.
And still holds to his story, and I believe it. So.
And if he wants to come on and tell us his side of the story himself, that would be amazing.
He's actually seems like a pretty cool dude.
Yeah.
I still see him in interviews and stuff. Seems like a really cool dude. That's it, guys. We really appreciate everybody watching. Again, hit that subscribe button before you go. Leave us some comments down below.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, if you want us to stop talking about Bigfoot for a while, send us some ghost videos that you think are good, because I'm having a hard time. There was a Loch Ness thing too. Yeah,
I watched it though, and I'm like, it's just ripples in the water. It was cool.
It's hard to be convincing on some of that too, because it's water.
Do I believe that there was a creature in Loch Ness? Yes. Do I believe there's still one? I don't think that there would be, unless it's coming in from somewhere else and mating there, which is possible because the loch does it. There are passages out to.
Yeah.
So
I've heard it's a romantic lake to mate in, I guess. So you never know. But maybe I've never been there. So but yeah, send us some ghost videos, because like I said.
Let us know.
Hell yeah. Yeah, we'll take a free trip to Scotland.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
Hell yeah.
Hear
guys,
what the
on that
police were
note,
singing about.
we're gonna end this. I'm glad that you made that reference because I was thinking it the whole time.
Yeah.
We're not even gonna tell you guys what that is. If you know what he's referencing when he says the police talk about it, then we're going to go and end this episode. We thank all of you guys for watching. And remember, until next time you are here on this show watching us talk about creepy stuff once again, keep it creepy.
Keep it creepy.
Keep it creepy.
Keeping it creepy.
Creeping me out.
This is kind of creepy. Goosebumps rising on my spine.